Only if it flies into the gas tank.
Wait.
Oh no,
the birds
are outside the car.
Wait, are they going away?
Yeah, they're going away.
And the camera's shaking.
Look, they're leaving.
No.
How perceptive.
They're leaving.
What about those white doves that are circling the car?
They still stay still.
Yeah, right? There they go.
They look like the little bees I used to draw on my papers when I was a kid.
Right?
Oh, they're going away.
So we have no idea what spontaneously caused the birds to kamikaze themselves.
Yep, and now
We're not supposed to care why they're done.
Yep, they're leaving.
Guess they only had a budget to have a couple birds.
You know,
Well, actually, that is a lot of birds on screen simultaneously at once. This maybe suggests a $14 budget.
You know, I was waiting for one of the birds to crack through the windshield and finally have like a hand-to-hand back against the corner kind of a fight. And I was thinking, you know, maybe they'll use something like a puppet for the bird. But
You're expecting way too much from this movie.
I really was. But now they're standing on the beach, standing in glorious sight of the birds that are gone. And now the kids are saying, "What a happy meal!"
Well, they're not complaining right now. Let's appreciate it while it lasts.
Fine, kids, you're getting the happy meal, but you're getting the one with chicken nuggets.
Yeah, no toy. We're taking away your toys and we're going to play with them ourselves. We can probably make a better movie with those Happy Meal toys.
Those birds are taking a long time to fly away.
Bye!
So long, farewell, I bid you say goodbye. Hey.
I hate to say, but I have to say goodbye. And they live.
The girl's just like, are we done with this show?
We wonder that too. If you say, I don't know, or if you just don't say anything...
Please, stop giving this movie ideas.
Wow, that was quite a soliloquy.
I wonder why they stopped the attack.
Okay, we get it. The birds are flying away. How many shots are you going to establish that the birds are flying off?
But you know, that is a very nice beach. The water's a little murky, though.
It's not to mention eagles don't fly well over water. There's no thermals.
Whatever.
And they're going, and they're going, and they're going, and they're going.
Ugh. Come on! And you're ready! This is a movie that never ends. In fact, I don't think those people moved. I think they're green screened onto the... Yeah! No, they moved.
Credits! Credits! Oh my gosh! I see credits! Ah! Credits, credits, credits! I have never been more thankful to see a credit reel in a very long time.
Steve Gustafson, the tree hugger.
Tree hugger. His name's literally Tree Hugger. Did they not remember the names of all the characters that they used?
Apparently not.
Dead tourists. The entire Osborne family died. So
What do you know?
NCT software salespeople. This is a list of people that should be ashamed they ever agreed to appear in this film.
Okay, so... Meeting of the minds, friends.
Oh.
Was this worth our time?
Oh. I think this is only worth our time because of how absolutely awful it is. This is a lesson on how...
Jose Fuentes, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Oh, he was the animator of the birds! The start of something new, courtesy of Sounds... Oh. A lot of this was probably free music.
Yeah.
Richard Band Publishing. Just hanging out.
With Damien Carter.
Love is gone. Just hanging out with family. Journey's End. Bucolic suburb. There's your word! Lover's touch. Imagine peace.
Lover's touch. The coast. Miracles. Mirage. Noble grace.
Oh, I wonder where I can get the soundtrack. Because the movie wasn't half bad. I mean, no, the soundtrack wasn't half bad. This movie was entirely bad. The people and city of Half Moon Bay, California. The story, all names, characters, and incident portrayed in this production are fictitious. No identification with actual...
Birds are still flying away!
Yes, they are. Oh, she moved her head. Oh.
That's a still shot.
Yes, it is now.
And we go...
And scene. And scene. And scene!
That...
Oh, it's done. It's done.
That is an hour and 33 minutes that I'll never get back in my life.
That was painful.
Oh, wow.
Somebody kill me now.
Okay, in summation, folks, the first hour of the movie is this painfully boring romantic story of a guy with no personality and a girl with no personality working with their careers, and the next morning birds start kamikazing the town and suddenly becomes Walking Dead with birds.
Flocking Dead!
Nice one.
Thank you.
And suddenly they throw in some orphan kids who want a Happy Meal. They're bored. They got PSP and they're bored.
Hey, to the girl's credit, she was acting well for the first 30 seconds, and then they must have brought her into their school of acting, and then yeah, there are times this movie physically hurt me.
Like the CGI of the birds.
Oh, and that sound, the squawking and
Now, do you think that this James Guillen intentionally set out to do a bad movie? Does this feel like someone just said, I don't care, make it a crappy movie?
It feels like this was a movie with the very best of intentions.
Like someone tried to make this...
Yeah,
this is something halfway decent.
This was somebody who, fresh out of film school, was like, alright, I'm gonna make a movie about birds. No, it's gonna be Birdemic, shock and terror. It's gonna be this horror movie. And, but we need a little bit of a romantic interest. But instead of being just a little bit of a romantic interest, it dragged.
So it's like he just got out of watching something like, I don't know, Failure to Launch or something, and decided and watched Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds and An Inconvenient Truth and says, what if I push them all in one movie? It's like mixing oil and water in this result.
Yeah, there was really not a whole lot of cohesion to it. You don't care about the characters, you don't care about the story. What story? And
the pacing was terrible, the dialogue was stiff, the actors were bland.
The sound editing was just
atrocious.
Beyond.
There's no excuse for that.
Yeah, and the ending, the birds flew away. I wonder why they stopped attacking.
And trying to mush in this whole global changing, global warming, is it a serious issue? Should we need to be protective against it in the environment? Absolutely, no doubt about that. But
it does not have a place here.
It doesn't, and you can't just say the birds are attacking because of revenge of global warming. Just say that out loud.
You couldn't say that. They gave no motivation. The birds just came from nowhere at 40 minutes in, and then they vanished at just before the movie ended.
There's an ornithologist who's studying birds. He comes in, well, they're attacking because of the whole global warming. Damn global warming. Well, bye now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think every side character they met with just vanished.
Yeah.
Either that or they died. In the loosest sense of the word.
There was clearly, they wanted to develop a romantic interest between the two characters, but they didn't know how to merge it peaceably with the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
If they had tried to done that, I might be remotely interested. But here they set up this long, boring, slow romance, if you can call it that.
I think it was what guys think of as a romantic movie.
It's like, so what do you do for work? I'm a model. What do you do for work? I'm software. Yeah. And now I'm in solar panel engineering.
Victoria's Secret never called her back.
And then, of course, there's the best friend. It's all about the sex, man. You gotta get laid, man. And then there's the double dating. And then there's the gratuitous sex. And then...
Well, can you even call that sex? I don't think I saw any clothes come off. I think...
But the bra strap. The bra strap came off.
That was like dry humping at the very best.
Yeah, not to mention they woke up the next morning with the same clothes on.
Alright, so now that we...
I don't know about you guys, but when you have sex, you don't wake up the next morning, you don't have sex, put the clothes back on, and go back to bed.
Oh, yeah, maybe it was a stab at that cliche where they always wake up without any clothes. Maybe he wanted them to wake up with clothes. I don't know.
Probably because they were like, no, we can't make this a porno. We don't have a license for it.
We don't have the money for it.
There's just so much shame in this thing, but it's clearly shameless.
Well, one of the cast is Rick Camp, and Camp would probably be
a good way to describe this.
Yeah, it was definitely just a shill. I hope nobody actually paid money for this movie. I really hope. I mean,
I wouldn't pay 30 cents for this movie.
I won't even pay a penny for this movie.
Yeah. I think this will be a film to use as an example of how not to make a movie. It just does everything so horribly, terribly. If there's Netflix doesn't even have a 0-star rating.
Yeah.
If it did, there would be no stars here. They would be completely gone. But yeah, I don't even think I can give this a half a point out of 5.
Ditto.
It's a 0. Complete, utter, total 0.
I wouldn't say this was without complete any entertainment value. I mean, let's face it. There was that first scene in which they're batting off the birds right outside the van.
With coat hangers?
With coat hangers on birds that are clearly CGI, and they're whacking at air. They're not even whacking at the birds, they're whacking at air.
There's no, sense of collision or hit or anything?
No, nothing whatsoever. The birds are just kind of flapping their wings at, half to close, half close, half close. There's the bird. I mean, clearly, someone with an ornithology degree was not involved in this movie.
Certainly not. Yeah, there's just... I'm not even sure if this is intentionally bad, but...
It was hard to tell.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say that maybe it was a labor of love, but you could see scenes that are so terribly bad, you're like, no, someone had to have been making fun of this, but there's nothing sincerity to it.
There's nothing spoof about it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
See, a spoof would actually be kind of funny.
Yeah.
It would be mugging more toward the camera, and...
There'd be half-hearted attempts at jokes. There wasn't even that.
Yeah, they were taking this all seriously, and yet not, seriously at all. I don't know. Do you guys have anything else you can contribute to this?
Tower Girl, you've been dead silent.
It was, to compare it to another movie,
Sure.
I have to say, this is almost like The Room.
Have you seen The Room?
Yes.
Well, at least with the Room, the redeeming value there is that it is entertainingly bad, with just how bad the dialogue is and the lack of characters or focus or anything. And I do give you credit on that. Yeah, it is a lot like that. There's no story, no romance, no character development, and yet you're supposed to believe all of it.
Yep.
Yeah,
But at least while the dialogue was so bad, yet you have to laugh. This was
so bad you have to just shake your head in shame.
Mm-hmm.
Complete and utter shame. It's terrible.
It's caused a true Birdemic.
I have to give this a half a star.
That's more than what we've given.
Yeah, we went for total and complete zeros.
Because I did like the girl.
Which girl?
The little girl.
The little girl? Yeah. She was likable for about the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And then, they're starving on the side of the beach.
Hey, happy meal.
They want a happy meal.
Oh, and they were so happy when he caught the fish. They hit his fish. Awesome! And then he cooks and serves fish. You want a happy meal. Yeah.
I've rarely wanted to punch little kids in movies before, despite how bad they're depicted, and, well, that changed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, I've got nothing else to add.
I've got nothing else to add.
Thank you so much for listening to what we've contributed so far.
To all this. I'm not even sure how I'm going to go about editing this, if I'm going to edit it at all.
Well, we'll find out sooner or later, won't we?
Yes, I'm sure you will.
Thanks for listening to us ramble on, folks. Hopefully we'll do more of these in the future if this turns out to be a success. I'm Tap G.
I'm Surfer Clock.
I'm Tower Girl.
And thanks for listening to What's the Attraction?
Where our work is your vacation. Good night, everybody.